G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for being here and watch the Wildkard rugby show. And yes, I am not happy. And no, not because the Waratahs lost, but the quality of refereeing in Super Rugby is really concerning. And it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And if the Waratahs actually won this game, I wouldn't blame you to say that the referee, Damon Murphy, is the 16th player on the field for the Waratahs. It's that bad. And normally, I don't call out referees because I think that it's a really difficult job being a referee. There's a lot of 50-50 calls, and it's just like, if it's 50-50, in my opinion, you get it wrong, you get it right, and sometimes you all balance out, right? Eventually, you're going to balance out. Your team might get the rub on one, and the next one, you're going to get the call against you. It's going to balance out when it comes to those 50-50 calls, right? But this was so bad. And it's not because of 50-50 calls, it's because the referee, Damon Murphy, who is an Australian referee, is under the instruction by Rugby Australia to keep the game flowing, mate, overlook the issues, the small issues, just keep going. And this was just atrocious. Like, amateur levels of referee mistakes. I wouldn't say mistakes. Penalties being intentionally ignored by the referee. Yes. That's the subpar standard of Super Rugby that I'm watching right now. Refereeing, knowingly ignoring penalties just to keep the game going, guys. Fans don't want to see a penalty. And quite frankly, the Highlanders was almost cheated out of a win. Yeah, you keep the game flowing, except for the team that's should be getting a penalty, and they're not getting one. What if they lost the game? Are you just gonna lose all of their fans? What about the fans on the other side of the receiving end? You know, on the other side of the what is it? Tasman. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And now let me show you. Let me show you with evidence what I'm talking about. It's just unbelievable. The first try for the Waratahs should not be a try. Should be a penalty to the Highlanders for the scrum. The referee is under instruction, Damon Murphy, to not reset scrums as much as possible. If the scrum collapses, just get the ball out, boys, and play on. And in this incident, the Highlander tight head has done an extremely good job splitting Angus Bell, who's right here, and pinning Angus Bell down and pushing him in, like literally forcing Angus Bell to collapse the scrum. That, you tell me, that is not a penalty in any part of rugby. Like, that is a penalty against Angus Bell any day, anywhere in the world. But somehow, referee says, just play on. And the Waratahs scored a try straight from this, from this scrum play, set play, scored a try. Which should not be. And I was like, it's just a joke. Just a joke. Like, that is... You can tell me. Who is at fault here? Everybody in the Highlander side is still on their feet. Both the loose head and the hooker is on the ground. From the Waratahs. Just play on, guys. Play on. And again, just before halftime, we have this incident. The referee has been... I don't know what the commentaries are talking about, saying the referee has been really consistent at the breakdown. I don't see any consistency at the breakdown when it comes to those penalties that the referee is giving away. So, the referee penalized Highlander players for not rolling away, right? Giving the Waratahs an opportunity, well, literally giving the Waratahs 3 points just for half time. You tell me, do you see a Highlander player preventing the ball from being lifted? From being taken by the halfback? The only player that's actually preventing the ball from being taken out of the ruck is the Waratahs player going into the ruck from the side. And he traps the ball by himself. He traps the ball in the ruck himself. And the referee issues a penalty against the Highlanders. Yeah. I mean, the commentary, really consistent, guys. Referee's been really consistent on the breakdown. Again, okay? Mind blown, okay? And then there was this incident, right? Like I said, The referee's under instruction to play on, just overlook little issues. Ethan de Groot puts a massive seatbelt neck wrap on Peresi, and the referee allowed the game to play on. This happened at 22-meter line, to play on all the way to the halfway, and then the referee goes, oh, no advantage, we'll go back for the penalty. Basically, he ignored it, and then eventually someone's like, hey, that was like could have been a yellow card, we need to have a look at it. And then Dan Murphy's like, okay, fine, let's go back. After the ball has gone forward over 35 meters. I mean, not 35 meters, it's like, almost 30 meters. And like, it's just like, what? You're going back for the penalty now? Like, for high tackle? Like, let's have a look. Like, if you can't see this, literally, this is gone from 22 to the 50-meter line. And the referee's like, oh, let's go back for this. It was a joke. Like, again, the referee reluctantly went back for it after being notified that, that's a foul play. You need to actually have a look at it. At no point did the referee actually say there was a penalty advantage, by the way. He just didn't say anything and then suddenly went, no advantage, went back, like he actually mentioned. There was not an incident. This one, I'm like, okay, which I'm just going to overlook this one. Gilbert got a bit of a hit on the head. Again, this was just swept under. No look. But hey, under the current rugby laws, any sort of contact to the head needs to be looked at. Like, sure, this might not be a yellow card or anything. And, still, you should need to look at this. But now, let's just ignore that. Got smacked on the elbow in the head there. That's fine. And this one, again, I actually don't know what is going on. So, Waratahs, the ruck is here, okay? The ruck is here. This is Jake Gordon doing a box kick. Why is Reece Patchell coming from behind? How is Reece Patchell being able to tackle from behind? Because Reece Patchell literally got off the ground here and ran straight for what's his name? Jake Gordon, and no penalty. Play on. Don't worry. Play on. Just play on. No need to go penalties. Like the most absurd offside I have ever seen. Nah, just play on, guys. Play on. Don't worry. Just not a big issue. Keep the game flowing. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Second half. That's just the first half. That's just the first half. Second half, right? That's just the big ones. Look at this one. Look at this one in the second half. The line out was not straight by 100 miles. Line out, this is the hooker. He threw the ball from here, right? He moved across. It went literally like 3-4 meters straight to the center. Damon Murphy is looking straight at it. Where he's standing is supposed to be where the line out, where the ball is supposed to go. The ball is supposed to literally go over top of his own head, right? He failed to see that this is not straight. Allowed the game to play on for like one or two phases before somebody ring him. And I was like, that's actually like not straight by a long way. You have to go back to it. And Damon is like, oh yeah, okay, let's go back. Like, it's just a joke. Same here, right? This is the hooker. This is the ball. This is the guy receiving the ball. Damien Murphy, play on. No call at all. Just like, that's fine. Not straight, whatever. It's just little issues. just throw the law book out of the window. Who cares, guys? Who cares? And finally, this is just before. I actually can't believe that's not a penalty. Look at the scrum. Look at this pile of shit. David Murphy is not even looking at the scrum. It's just like, play on. And the Waratahs got a penalty a few phases later out of this. So the Waratahs, if they landed the penalty goal, could have stolen the game from this scrum. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, it's so bad. That's not a penalty. I don't know what sport this is, guys. That's not a fucking penalty. That's not a fucking penalty against the Waratahs. I mean, what the... Oh my god, it's so bad. It's just a joke. It's a fucking joke. That's worse than the first one, right? That's actually worse than the first one where Angus Bell went onto his knees, right? I mean, oh my goodness. It's bad. It was so bad. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like I mean, the thing is, right? Yeah, if you play this substandard rugby, what's gonna happen when you play the international test matches when the referee actually knows what they're doing? I mean, good luck, Wallabies. Good luck, the All Blacks. More concerningly, how are you gonna deal with that? You're gonna just come out and cry, "Oh my god, too much scrum resets. Oh, that's why we lost the game because it was too much scrum resets. Oh my god, guys, just ignore the collapsing scrums. Just play on, please. Oh my god." I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get destroyed, right? So, if you practice like shit, you're gonna play like shit, and you play Super Rugby like shit, you're gonna end up playing shit in the international test rugby. Good luck. Yes, so it's a joke. Anyway, that aside, both teams after the Waratahs once again was really unadventurous in some of the decision making, just trying to milk 3 points. Highlanders the same. Both teams were trying to milk 3 points and really was not that ambitious. The breakdown was a bit of a mess, 50-50 everywhere. The referee was just like rolling the dice. There were times players were literally like, if I taken a picture for every breakdown, you would not know what is happening. Like, there were breakdowns where players just like laying over each other. Like, it was just a complete mess, and the referee somehow sees a penalty out of it. I don't know. But yeah, like I showed you one already. So it was a bit of a mess. It was a mess for both teams for the breakdowns. I thought the set piece wasn't much of a set piece, to be honest. The Waratahs line out more was actually quite decent, but I really didn't get much follow up from that. So the Waratahs wasn't able to really had a few opportunities with a line out inside the Highlanders 22. Was not able to convert that into like tries. Only able to get penalties. I mean, yeah, okay, let's just go for 3, guys. I mean, but the maul was actually not too bad. Scrummaging, like I said, was absolutely getting dominated by the good Ansley combination. Like, Jermaine Ansley is looking so dominant. He actually played full 80 minutes, by the way. He was so dominant. He was able to get really good job splitting Angus Bell and his hooker, isolating Angus Bell. So Angus Bell was really not able to get a good hit on him. Ansley, and then he's like basically Angus Bell had nowhere to go but to go under because he was basically split on his hooker, and Angus Bell has just like one option to go under or go in, which is penalty. So Angus Bell was really isolated, but was isolated by Ansley in a very, very technical way, and I've never seen Angus Bell struggle this much in a scrum in recent memory anyway. So I was really surprised to see that. Ethan de Grue was also quite dominant on his side of the scrum. So the Highlanders should have got a couple of scrum penalties at least out of this game. They were not giving any of that because David Murphy, 16th player on the field for the Waratahs, has still lost. It was a joke. It was a bit of a joke. Outside of that, I thought the Waratahs, what else? Oh yeah, this guy played really well. Riley, Tristan Riley. I thought he played really well. Lots of good, forward running, creating space, setting up a try for the Waratahs. Isaiah Presi always was able to get a lot of the forwards running game going, and it was really, really good for the Waratahs as well. For the Highlanders, Folau Fakatawa, really good at the breakdown. Sam Gilbert was doing a lot of playmaking out of the 12 jersey, and I thought that he was doing a really good job as a 12, as kind of like a playmaker, not just like a big ball runner sort of style. And did really well in combination with Reece Patchell for the Highlanders. Really spiced things up quite a little bit there as well. Now let's have a look at the match stats. 2 tries apiece, 437 run meters for the Waratahs, 331 for the Highlanders. The turnovers conceded pretty high for both teams. 13 against the Waratahs, 11 against the Highlanders. Defended in terms of tackles, 74 for the Waratahs, made 18 missed tackles. The Highlanders, 120, 28 missed tackles. So overall, it wasn't that many missed tackles out of both teams. The Waratahs did look tired towards the end of the game and led to a bit more tackle miss. The kicking game was quite straightforward for both teams. I thought the Highlanders kicking game was a little bit more clinical. They did get a 50-22, and I thought the high ball was like also a bit 50-50. No one was able to really get too much advantage out of that. I thought the Waratahs maybe a little bit better under the high ball, but it was pretty close overall. The penalty, the conversion rates, the goal kicking was I thought it was pretty bad for the Waratahs. Highlanders struggled last week to get the conversions against the Blues, but this week was much better. Gilbert actually kicked a few. Reece Patchell tried a really long one that was missed, but Tien Edelman missed one right in front. Aside from the one at the end that could have won the game, there was there was one right in front that should not have missed the penalty. That could have been the difference early in the game. Lineouts, 11 tasks, losing 1. 12 for the Highlanders, losing 2. Scrums, 9-5. Yeah, this should have been way more scrum penalties to the Highlanders. 10 penalties against the Waratahs, 12 against Highlanders. A lot of these penalties were breakdown penalties, and really wasn't that much of it was a bit of a free for all on what happened there at the breakdown. Point summary: there's not much to talk about. Both teams are pretty non-adventurous at times. Took about a minute for the Highlanders to get a penalty as the Waratahs try to run the ball out of their own 22. 3 points to nil, a minute on the ball. Highlanders already getting that breakdown penalty. 8 minutes into the game, another breakdown penalty. The Highlanders, a few minutes later, 5 minutes in the game, Highlanders gets the first try on the board. Basically, the Fakatawa got the ball, and he was like out of the ruck. He was actually under pressure. As he's getting tackled, he just popped the ball wide to the fullback, who ran through a nice gap and linked up with Reece Patchell, who went in for the first try for the Highlanders. 10 points to nil, less than 10 minutes, not looking really good. The 8 minutes into the game, Waratahs gets their first opportunity, 10 points down. Let's take the 3, guys. Right in front. He missed. Of course he missed. Tien Edmund missed it right in front. I was just shaking my head at this point. 12 minutes into the game, another penalty opportunity for Waratahs. They get this one, 3 points to 10. There, again, like I said, the referee was very 50-50. 19 minutes into the game, there was a 48-meter penalty to the to the Highlanders. Reece Patchell missed this one. He got the distance and missed this one. 23 minutes into the game, there was another offside against the what do you call it? Against the Highlanders. Waratahs kicking down to 3, 6 points to 10. 27 minutes into the game, like I said, there was a scrum, clearly a penalty against the Waratahs. Referee says, play on. Waratahs spread the ball out wide. The Isaiah Peresi did a really nice job to cut himself through a little gap, offload to Mark Nwanga and Itawasi down the sideline, and Itawasi kicked the ball down the infield as he's getting pushed out, and Peresi finds the bounce, goes in for the first try for the Waratahs. The Waratahs got themselves ahead, 13 points to 10, and the refereeing is starting to look like it's an absolute joke already at this point. A few minutes later, the 30, so literally right from the kickoff, I think it was, there was a high ball, and then one of the Waratahs players knocked the ball forward into his own player's hands. Accidental offside penalty. Should have just been a scrum, to be honest, because that was completely accidental, I think. But anyway, it was an offside. 3 points right in front for the Highlanders to pull themselves back. 13 points apiece. Finally, just before halftime, there was, like I said, the Waratahs player not rolling away. I showed you the picture right there. This incident right here. I don't know how that's a penalty against the Highlanders when it's the Waratahs' own player that's stealing the ball away. But anyway, the referee says a penalty. We'll give it that. And the Waratahs go into halftime, 16 points to 3. Second half, 57 minutes into the game, finally a penalty was given to the Highlanders. Levels the game 16 apiece. 64 minutes into the game, the Highlanders was just on a bit of a roll. Managed to make a breakthrough in the middle of the field. Some good hands. Fakatawa almost got free, but it was eventually tackled. And then finally the ball came out. Just some good hands. And then Gilbert, long ball over the top to the wing, to the big center. Talea right out on the wing. And he had 2 players in front of him. First player, I think it was number 11 and 12 from the Waratahs. So yeah, Riley and Joey Walton both got, so Riley got shuffled away as he swept across to tackle him, just got pushed off the sideline, and then Joey Walton just got literally rammed over, and then yeah, Talea ran in for a massive try for Highlanders. This was a big angle, and Gilbert was able to convert this one. 23 points to 16, Highlanders lead. Finally, 67 minutes, a few minutes later, literally Waratahs strike back right away. This time, Tristan straightened up from a little deep ball behind from Tane Edelman, and he just straightened up the running lines, went through a bit of a gap. He linked up with Max Jorgensen on his outside, who ran through, got tackled just before the try line, and then dunked the ball over for the try. 21 points to 23. Tane Edelman missed this one. This was a difficult kick, so fair enough, he missed this one. 70 minutes into the game, there was a seatbelt tackle that's high against the Waratahs. Both teams were putting a lot of pressure, good kicking game, trying to apply territorial pressure, and Highlanders was doing a slightly better job than Waratahs in doing that. Finally, 80 minutes, another dubious scrum penalty. Surely was a penalty against the Waratahs. Yeah, surely this was a penalty, guys. I mean, oh my god. But hey, no penalty. Waratahs played on. Built a lot of phases. Eventually got a penalty. I think it was a breakdown penalty. Again, 50-50 call. Right in front of the goalpost. Almost right in front of the goalpost. Bit of an angle. And then Tane Edelman missed that one for the game to finish. It's a joke. I don't know. Ratings for this game, for the Waratahs. I reckon the Waratahs played at like a 6.5. And then the Highlanders probably performed at a 7. And referee was definitely a 10. 10 out of 100. Okay? That's the performance for the referee. And let me know your thoughts. This was a joke. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks everyone who watches my, who supports me financially with YouTube membership. I have a t-shirt that's in the shops, in the links if you want to go buy one. Scrum is rugby, by the way. And so if you want to get one that says Scrum is rugby on the shirt, go have a look at it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Indra versus Crusader in Fiji, and we'll see how that goes. Cheers.